We begin with breaking news in North Little Rock this afternoon. Police responded to reports of an armed person at the post office on Pershing Boulevard earlier this morning. Investigators are preparing for a press conference where they're expected to share new information about the incident. THV 11 Jalissa Garza is live in North Little Rock this afternoon. Jalissa, what do we know right now?
Yeah, Jurnee, a lot of questions we still have, not many answers, but like you mentioned, law enforcement is supposed to meet us here at 1 o'clock and let us know more details. Now, around 10:30, the entire situation was finished, caution tape kind of taken away, police slowly leaving the situation, but I want to go ahead and take some video of what that scene looked like earlier this morning so we can give you all of those details. So, Pershing from Main Street closed majority of the morning, a lot of traffic, a lot of people confused, stopped asking what is going on. Now, what we do know is that the person barricaded inside of the post office fled bail bondsman earlier in the morning. Now, we're told that one employee was inside and that they were able to get that person out of the building safe and were not injured. We did see more post office employees being escorted. It's really unclear if they were arriving to work, coming back in their post office trucks. I did speak with one of them. I just asked, hey, are you okay? And he did say everything was okay. Again, still a lot more questions, but we do know that near that post office, we had North Little Rock High School. They were on lockdown, the local library, the post office as well, all just trying to make sure, because we didn't know what was going to happen. Again, we've got a lot more questions that we're going to be asking police, but as of right now, that's all we know. We've got a full timeline and pictures on THV11.com, and we're going to continue keeping you updated on air and online. For now, live in North Little Rock, Jalissa Garza, THV11 News.
Okay, thank you, Jalissa. Well, we'll have the latest from their press conference, which now it is scheduled for 1 o'clock. We'll have that online and on air at 5 and 6.
It is going to continue to be a blazing hot day, but here's the thing. Relief isn't too far away. We just need a little bit more patience. Here at the noon hour, temperatures around the natural state look like this: 99 degrees in Little Rock, 101 the current reading in Pine Bluff, 96 in Hot Springs. Searcy joining the Century Club at 100 degrees here this afternoon. Probably a few more hours to go, so these numbers are going to continue warming up. I've been keeping a close eye on satellite and radar because we do expect a few spotty showers actually this afternoon. Now, we're dry out there right now. In fact, most of our skies are clear. Hard to even find a cloud out there. I think in the next couple of hours we'll see some of those puffy afternoon cumulus clouds develop, and a few of those very well could result in some scattered showers. Chance of that only 20%. We'll see a high today of 103 degrees. The heat index value today ranging from 110 to as high as 115. When can you expect the relief? Well, it arrives this weekend. It does bring a chance of rain. How that impacts your plans, all coming up in your 7-day forecast.
Scott, thank you. Former President Donald Trump is fundraising off of his historic booking photo after surrendering Thursday to authorities in Atlanta. The former president and 18 others are charged with criminally conspiring to overturn Georgia's 2020 presidential election results. Natalie Brand has the latest.
It's former President Donald Trump's fourth criminal indictment, but his first time having a mugshot taken.
What has taken place here is a travesty of justice. We did nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong.
He arrived at the Fulton County Jail in Atlanta Thursday to be booked on charges that he and 18 co-defendants schemed to reverse his 2020 election loss in Georgia.
We have every right, every single right, to challenge an election that we think is dishonest, that we think is very dishonest.
In an interview with Newsmax, the former president called his booking a terrible experience, but it hasn't kept him from selling mugshot merchandise on his campaign website. He also returned to X, formerly known as Twitter, for the first time since being banned in January 2021. He posted his booking photo, writing, quote, "I will never surrender our mission."
While Trump is fundraising off this latest indictment, he's also taking the Georgia charges very seriously. His legal team now includes Atlanta-based lawyer Stephen Sadow, who specializes in high-profile defense cases.
CBS News legal analyst Ricky Kleeman has tried cases alongside Sadow.
When he speaks, believe me, you turn and listen. In terms of strategy, he is also aggressive.
Overnight, former Justice Department official Jeffrey Clark was among those who turned themselves in ahead of a deadline today. The 19 co-defendants could be arraigned as soon as next month. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
Fulton County District Attorney Fannie Willis has proposed a trial date on October 23rd, but for now that just applies to one defendant. Trump's legal team is opposed. The Arkansas Department of Health is investigating an E. coli outbreak at the University of Arkansas in Fayetteville. On Wednesday, the university emailed students notifying them of an outbreak on campus. The email goes on to say illnesses have been reported among students and that they're aware of a few hospitalizations related to the outbreak. The U of A is working closely with ADH to investigate the source. We're going to have more on that tonight at 5 and 6. The Little Rock School District continued taking steps towards keeping its AP African American Studies course last night. The school board met for the first time since the start of the new school year and since also the Department of Education announced it would not allow the course. The board is showing its support for those teaching the AP African American Studies course. Members were also honored those involved for their work to make sure students can continue the course. And Elizabeth Eckford, one of the Little Rock 9, attended the meeting, also showing her support. Schools statewide are taking measures against the heat to ensure the safety and health of our students and staff, even ended the day earlier than usual. Whether it's early school dismissal or encouraging students to bring water bottles on the bus, the goal is to keep bus riders safe on their rides to and from school. Ryan Marshall, the overseer of BB's bus transportation, says most of their buses have AC, but the heat is still an issue.
I mean, you can already feel the heat when you get on here, just from see the temperature change from outside to inside. When you load, anywhere from 50 to 75 kids on the bus, and then you're making your stops, it's really hard to keep one that's going to be comfortable during this heat.
We've long talked about mental health here on THV 11, but that topic doesn't always come up when we talk about Arkansas jails. That's something the Pulaski County Sheriff is trying to change, pushing for more funding to address the issue. But THV 11's Ian Russell explains that while the funding was approved, more still needs to be done.
You were trying to tell me something earlier.
Inside the Pulaski County Jail, Sheriff Eric Higgins is listening.
She said, so if you don't feel like you can relate to me, that's fine. But this is what I care about.
He's used to doing that, but this time it's different.
Yeah, I was surprised when we started this conversation to have so many people talk about their condition and their needs.
Mental health is the focus of this conversation. Every person here asking for more help.
So if we can address the mental health in the facility, it makes it a safer facility for the employees and the other detainees.
Higgins says this has long been a focus of theirs, especially during the pandemic. Earlier this year, they signed a contract with Turnkey, a company who provides mental health services, but the County Quorum Court rejected that, citing incorrect procedure. Higgins says because of that, they lost Turnkey staff, leading to more issues.
The services have stopped. I mean, we still provide some mental health services in the facility, not at the level that's needed. I believe Turnkey had to let go approximately 10 employees that were hired to provide the mental health services.
On top of that, Higgins says they're operating over capacity.
Well, this is a 1,210 bed facility. Unfortunately, we're running we average in 1,330 in here.
Which is why the Quorum Court approved funds Tuesday to continue providing support. Higgins says it's a start.
The current level is not going to get us into next year, so we'll have to have more funding.
They present their budget for next year next week. Higgins says money needs to be spent to make sure everyone here has the access they need.
Mental health is something that has to be provided for, whether it's out in the public, us personally, or in this facility. It costs money, understand that, but we have a responsibility to provide that.
In Little Rock, Ian Russell, THV 11 News.
Now, it was a unanimous decision to approve the funds, with only one member of the Quorum Court abstaining. It's been 60 years since Martin Luther King Jr. delivered his iconic I Have a Dream speech. After the break, the memories of Howard University alumni who were there to hear King's speech in person and participate in the first march on Washington.
It's hot out there already. You're looking live from our View 11, not a cloud in the sky. I think we'll see some today. We might even see a couple of raindrops. I've got an update on today's chance of rain, and as a cold front moves through Arkansas this weekend, we see another chance. Everything you need to know coming up in the latest 7-day forecast when THV 11 News at noon returns.